Yo, what is going on? Tons of people in the chat already. Happy Monday to y'all. Hope you had a great weekend. Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully everything's working. I'm seeing good signal on my side. We'll turn this music down just a touch so that my new friend can hear my beautiful voice. If you're watching, thank you. Thank you for the audio tips. I appreciate you. And to our new subscriber, Raphael, I believe his name was. Hello, hello. Becky, first in the chat. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Will in there. Quick second. What's going on? Thank you for being here, my friend. Nance in there too, running the lathe today for the first time in 7 months. Okay, that sounds like fun. The struggle is real. I can't remember how to do everything. Well, you know, it's like riding a bike, maybe? I don't know. I don't know a lot about machining, or bikes, actually, so, you know. Nugget Man in the chat, Crooked Orchids, what's going on, everybody? CB says, well, I'm already infuriated. Oh my gosh, dude, I'm about to break some hearts today. KO says, we have a battle, Bad Will and Becky, the queen of number ones. Yeah, but Will was trying to get in there and be first. I appreciate that, though. Thank you. Thank you for being here, whatever point you happen to join the stream. We're just getting set up. Sorry for being a couple minutes late. We got the blue drink in full effect. We are ready. Cheers to y'all. I hope you're ready for this one. It's gonna be fun. Hopefully Meech can come in here and join us too, because she's gonna have a lot of knowledge and opinions that are pertinent about this topic as well. Yes, KO, new friends, yeah. Nugget Man says Manic Monday. I figured we'd go with the that Friday playlist again because I kind of like the new music a little bit. You know, it's a little more upbeat. I don't want anyone falling to sleep on me. All right, awesome. So, my TikTok is insane, as you guys know. But over the weekend, I have been seeing some shocking things that just absolutely blew my mind. Things that we've probably always suspected, you know, but really had no proof of or no real way to prove it. And we even touched on this before, because we did a stream where it was about purses, okay? And we talked about the ethics of getting a fake purse versus a real purse. And Meech, I was hoping she would be here because she was explaining to me that the reason that you don't want to buy from places like DHgate or whatever, where they make the knockoffs, is that you don't... CB says, did you see the news about the LV in Texas? They're on some BS down there. No, I did not see the news about the LV in Texas. What happened down there? But basically, we were talking about the ethics of buying a fake purse versus a real one, because a lot of people like the style of, let's say, a Birkin bag, but they can't necessarily afford to buy one. Or maybe they can afford to buy one, but it would probably be better to, you know, invest in their future instead of a bag. So we were talking about, you know, maybe it's like questionable labor practices. And don't worry, we're not talking politics. I'm going to tiptoe around that aspect of this issue. That's not what we're talking about today. But the DH-gate girls would always have you believe that, oh, it's the same factory that makes blah, 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 whatever you're buying from them. If it's makeup, if it's a purse, if it's a sweater, oh, it's the same textile manufacturer that makes Dior or whatever. And of course, when someone's trying to sell you something, they're gonna talk it up, you know, as much as they can. CB says terrible quality coming out of that factory. There's a Louis factory in Texas. No kidding. I kind of want to see that. What is been happening recently, without getting into the this and that of the political aspect of this, is that there's these new tariffs on Chinese goods imposed by the United States. China came back, put tariffs on United States goods, so it's like a back and forth thing. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the relation, like what happened as a result of it, kind of the fallout, okay? So, all of these manufacturers mostly make stuff for the American market. And as they are kind of getting disparaged in their eyes, they were particularly infuriated. Yes, Badwill, tariffs, as Jeffrey says, the tariffs. And the tariffs were not really the biggest thing. There was a comment made by the Vice President of the United States. Okay, we're not going to play that either. But he said something, and it deeply offended a lot of Chinese people. And it was offensive, but we're not talking about that. So, the Chinese people, their reaction, the manufacturers in China, was to start revealing some secrets about things that we always thought were made in Germany, Italy, France, you know, the really revered places for craftsmanship and attention to detail, you know, Italian and French tailors and seamstresses and leather workers are among the best in the world, right? That's Black Magic in the chat too. How's it going? Hope you had a great weekend. Thanks for joining us. But so these guys are starting to speak out, and they're starting to say, hey, you know who I've made stuff for? And people in America who have purchased this stuff are starting to get upset. And so the way they're doing it is that they make a thing, or at least make it 95% of the way, okay, in China, allegedly. Then they send it to Italy, where a logo and some special hardware and tags and packaging and a fancy box is added, along with a little stamp that says made in Italy. Even though the bag was made in China, they finished it in Italy. Or they finished it in France. So they're allowed to say that it's made in France because it flew on an airplane to France, so it's French. And, you know, you could argue the ethics of that, and obviously supply chains are global, and everyone has to kind of source things where they can get them from in order to get quality items. But some people are upset. And so let me just show you a little taste. There's this, okay, I pulled up the Louis Vuitton. Ooh. Okay, in Keene, Texas. I see what you're talking about, CB. That is the issue with the quality at LV in Texas. They can't get any good leather-skilled workers. Yes, and now, we are going to cover both sides of this issue, okay? I don't want to tell anyone how to feel. But one thing we do have to concede is that China has some manufacturing advantages. Number one being, all of the manufacturers that make a certain, let's say, textiles. All the textile people are in one city. So if you have a thing you want to make that's a shirt, and you go over and you're like, hey, I got this shirt I want to make. Well, you have to do some tooling in your factory in order to make the shirt. Well, guess what? The guy who does tooling, he's across the street. Oh, well, you need to source some materials to make your shirt with. Oh, well, that guy, he's next door. Oh, well, you need some skilled craftsmen to actually assemble, to cut the shirt first. You need people that know what they're doing to cut it properly. Oh, yeah, we have those guys. And then they also have the guy that'll stitch it together, the guys that'll package it up. All of the experts of the fields are together in one city, and together with all of the skilled people that are in that trade live in that city. Now, sometimes they live at the factory that they work at, and it's really hard to get that kind of dedication from an American worker. You know, and I don't really think that people should be forced to live at the place that they work at. But I'm just saying that there's a difference between their level of dedication to manufacturing and ours. And they will definitely make that case for me. Becky says, don't they do that with some cars? It gets put together here in the U.S. Built. Yeah. So, yeah, absolutely they do. And a lot of supposedly American cars are put together in, like, Canada or Mexico, so they're not technically American. CB says, one former employee said the Texas facility wastes as much as 40% of the leather hides used in production. For comparison, typical waste rates in the industry are around half that. Whoo, Lord, that is crazy. Now, Nance says dedication there equals slave labor. Now, you do also, when you bring this issue up, you have to acknowledge the allegations of labor problems in China. And there's no shortage of evidence for that. So, there definitely is that going on, and, you know, the Uyghur Muslims basically being in camps and forced labor camps. You know, that's really bad. But, you know, I don't cover that kind of stuff. We're just talking about the actual companies. And they always say, you don't buy a dupe because you don't know where that thing is made, and those are probably made in a sweatshop, not made in France like these fancy bags. Well, oh, okay, I see here. Hold on. Made in USA is not the same as assembled in USA. That's right, Nugget, exactly. Aries Sweet, what's going on, man? Thank you for joining. Appreciate you stopping by. We're talking about how all the luxury brands are getting called out by Chinese manufacturers, and we're about to lay it down here. This is pretty wild. So, CB, are you a fan? Are you a fan of Lululemon? I know Meech is, and I got some bad news. I got some bad news about the Lululemon. Okay, check this out.
Who are the suppliers behind Lululemon? Some of their yoga wears are...
Hold on a second. Scarf Mommy in the chat. Happy Monday to you. I hope you're doing okay. I know that it was not the best weekend for you, so thank you for being here, and sending love out to you. Everybody say hey to Scarf Mommy. CB says, Drew, you know 75% of my wardrobe is Lululemon. Well, I am about to break your heart. I am so sorry, because this information has to be known by the public.
Who are the suppliers behind Lululemon? Some of their yoga wears are actually from Xianglong Clothing and Huangqisheng Clothing. And guess what? Both factories located in Yiwu here. And these two factories also supply clothing for Fila and Under Armour.
Lululemon, Fila, and Under Armour, okay?
I guess most of you know the price of Lululemon or other big brands. They sell you a legging pants for $100. And guess what?
CB, can you verify, do Lululemon leggings actually cost $100? Actually, I can pull it up. Hold on. We can pull this up live. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't want to put your stuff out there, Scarf Mommy, but yeah. So sad. Such a sad weekend for you. I'm so sorry. So sorry to hear about that. It is the hardest thing for anyone to go through. Okay, so CB says they almost all cost $100 plus. Hold on a second. Let's see if we can pull up an example here of some Lululemon leggings. Leggings is like the thing that they sell the most of, right? Mylanta. Okay. It actually is. $118, $128, $118. This one's $69. Must be like, oh, they're like, they're probably like 2 seasons ago or something like that. Negative Nancy says thoughts and prayers. Yes. Absolutely. Send all your love out to Scarf Mommy. CB says, yeah, on average, I would say any pair of leggings will be $100. Okay, well, the factory that makes Lululemon leggings begs to differ.
$100. And guess what?
Okay, is that like really loud for you guys? That seems super loud to me. $69 are the We Made Too Much WMTM. Okay. It's the overstock sale. Alright, alright. Okay, so let me see. Let's hear how much they are.
Here in these two factories, you can get them for around $5 to $6. Crazy! And what's even better, the material and the craftsmanship are basically the same because they all come the same production line. See, this is why people come to China and looking for the OEM factory, because they just can get the cheapest and best quality product from there and sell you, I don't know how much. Alright guys?
So, if you were buying, the quality is unmatched, to be fair. Nance says my ears are blown out. Okay, yeah, see, I thought that was loud. Okay, I'll turn her way down. Sorry about that, guys. Becky says not for $100 to me. See, 100 seems like a lot. Same thing with like I would wear jeans probably at the same time that y'all would wear yoga pants, I guess. So or leggings. So like, if I'm gonna buy a pair of jeans and they're $100, they better be really nice. But if I'm gonna like wear them to work in or something, I don't want to pay $100 for them just to ruin them. You know, same thing if you're getting clothes actually to work out in. Like, if you're going to go trail running, you're not going to wear $100 Lululemon leggings. Well, maybe you are. I don't know. You guys tell me. Are we wearing $100 leggings when we go running? I don't know. But I guess it depends where you go, too. Will says, I'll never pay $100 for jeans. Now, I would pay $100 for jeans if they were 100% denim and they don't have that elastane plastic junk that they all have now. KO says, I've got all yoga and leggings from Ellie Box, and it was an outfit for $50. Super good quality. Okay. Will says 45 is my max. 45 is your max for leggings or for jeans. I actually, I'm not gonna lie, okay? I have a pair of the Nike men's, I guess, what you would call leggings for men. And I have the Under Armour ones. If you're buying them, boys, the Under Armour, 1,000 times better than the Nike. Nugget says, Drew wearing $100 leggings, Lulu leggings while shoveling horse beer. Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm out here cleaning up after ducks in my leggings. Nance says Carhartt seconds. Yeah, man. Carhartt. I'm all about those Carhartt work pants, dude. I love those. Becky says, I would spend $75 on some Under Armour golf shorts for the kid. See, Under Armour has really good quality stuff, in my opinion. Black Magic says, I wear Nike compression pants every day. See? Okay, I'm not the only one. Compression pants, yes, that's what they call them. That's right, no shame in our game. I call them tights. I call them yoga pants. I wear my little yoga pants. I'll wear them on the stream. I'll show y'all on Friday. I don't care. You can see my legs. KO says, how many blue drinks to see Drew in leggings? 0, dude. I'll show you. No shame. No shame over here. Ooh, look, we got 12 viewers after I said I'd show up in leggings on Friday. Whew, okay. That's what's up. Thank you for being here, everybody. CB says, I love Lululemon. I don't really buy any other workout gear. It fits fantastic. I don't hear anyone complaining when I send pics in my Lululemon. Definitely not. I don't think anyone ever would. And their clothes are very nice and flattering. But to me, I would be furious if I had a closet full of pants that I paid $100 to $118 a pair for, and then Luna Sourcing China says she can sell them to me for $6. Like, take your... CB, they are offering, okay? Now, China is offering a free 240-hour visa. No restrictions. No BS. No application. You just come to China. You get 10 days. You can go wherever you want, do whatever you want, buy whatever you want. And then just send it all back home. And all of the orders now that come in to Chinese manufacturers that have end shipping addresses as a United States address are going to be 13% cash back. And so I feel like they are making a coordinated effort to put this message out to say, hey, some people view Chinese manufacturing as cheap, as inferior. They have some of the best tooling and manufacturing capabilities in the world for all kinds of different segments. So obviously they can produce cheaply made goods, just like people in the United States can produce cheaply made goods. But if you can go there to the same place where they're making Lululemon's leggings, and you just walk in with $100 and you buy 20 pair get out of town, dude. The only thing it's missing is the Lululemon logo. Yeah, I think a lot of people are gonna be down for that. Scarf Mommy says China. That's right. I need a China button. Thank you, Nance. You're right. I will add that to the list. I gotta add my. I have a few new sound effects coming, so I'll add China on there. So, all right, let's let her finish talking. I got her turned way down. I think it should be better.
If you want to know more about Lululemon or any other active wear brands, leave your message in the comment section. I'm Luna, your reliable sourcing partner.
Okay, so this is Luna sourcing in China, okay? Now, Luna is going to break your heart about something else. Now we're going to talk about, the Nugget says, I love my Tommy Bahama outlet in MB. Okay, see, we got Tommy Bahama. Tommy Bahama was mentioned. Both Tommies, Tommy Bahama and Tommy Hilfiger. Nance says it's hazardous not having a China clip.
We're considered a hazardous building.
It is considered a hazardous building. We're not drinking any tequila today, though, so it's slightly less hazardous. CB says a 10-day trip to China to get $6 Lululemon done. Exactly, because if you get the shopping done there and buy like a year's worth of outfits and stuff, and you like had it all planned out what you wanted to buy and whatever, you actually could save money even paying for your round trip and your lodging in China for 10 days. I really think you could come out ahead. It's wild. CB's throwing shade. She says Tommy Bahama is for men over 70. I think it is for men who live like the beach / island lifestyle, and that's kind of what I associate Nugget Man with. Like he is like permanently just on a beach sipping a margarita most of the time. Nugget says no, over 50. Okay, all right, so not too far away from where in the Bahamas. I just can't pull it off. I cannot pull it off. I am wearing Run the Jewels concert hoodie. CB says I probably should not even say this, but I bet I spend like $5 grand a year on Lululemon. And it would be easy to do. Same with a lot of these luxury brands. If people buy like multiple purses from Louis Vuitton, oh my gosh.
Do you know who is producing high quality accessories for those luxury brands like Chanel, Estee Lauder, L'Oreal? You're saying you're
Chanel, Estee Lauder, and L'Oreal.
The supplier behind all these beauty accessories for those big luxury brands? L'Oreal, MAC, Chanel, Bobbi Brown, and even Rosewood Hotel.
Last week we also received our order, Royston.
Okay, I know that brand. CB, are these all big brands? Rosewood Hotel. Nance says, I just bought some work pants. First clothing purchase in like 7 or 8 months. Brother, I'm with you. I don't usually buy clothes. Usually I'm buying clothes for work because I rip them or ruin them some other way. That's usually where all my clothes spend comes from. I don't ever buy like fashion items. I'm with you. He says, I don't even think I spend $500 a year on clothes. See, I feel like you could spend $500 a year, man. Like, that's not really that much. You know, you get, like, the jeans I wear to work are like $40, I think. So, Nugget says, what account category is that, CB? That's right. No shame. No shame. She can spend her money how she likes. Exactly. KO says, I like $40 to buy deer corn. $40 is expensive for corn. I hope you're getting more than one bag, because I get corn for my ducks for $11 for 50 pounds. Will says, my work provides work pants and shirts, so I literally only have to buy undershirts and underwear. Man, that's a deal. Okay. That's nice. CB, I think he means like once you reach a certain level of status as a customer, brands will treat you differently. Like, do you have like a sales rep, a Lululemon sales rep when you walk in? Do you get a special appointment, a special try-on room? Do you get like discounts after spending a certain amount? You know, that kind of thing. Like the only place that I have that would be like construction supply places. KO says, "Oh my god, 150 pounds of corn, let's go." Yeah, dude. Yeah, you gotta get don't get the whole kernel. You gotta get the cracked stuff. It's way cheaper and it's the same thing. Will says they buy my boots too, so I don't even have to buy shoes. No kidding, man. They buy your boots. See, that's good. But it is a write-off. You know, whatever clothes I buy for work for myself. So I guess, you know, I'm not really... You're paying for it, but you're not paying for it at the same time. CB says, oh yeah, I'm a Lululemon member, but they don't do sales reps or anything. Okay. See... CB says, no, I don't. Y'all are silly. Yeah, but I know how it is. Like those Hermes, the Louis Vuitton, whatever. If you want to buy certain things, you gotta like be in there. You gotta have spent enough money to get access to special items. You know, it's a whole grift. But yeah. So let's hear about these. They're talking about, Will says write off, so it's free. It's not free. I mean, it's, you know, it helps, I guess. It helps to write it off instead of, hey, at Lululemon, our work clothes for me, write off. Hey, there you go. But yeah, exactly. It isn't really luxury. So I think still, the Lululemon clothes are a little higher than reasonable. But they're not at the insane level. It's not like you're talking about like luxury shoes or something like that, right?
Who are the suppliers behind Salomon, Timberland, New Balance, Adidas, Nike, la 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 la? First, Baocheng Factory, one of the world's largest OEM sports shoe manufacturer. It is like a Foxconn in the shoemaking industry. During its heyday, it has
It's like the Foxconn of the shoemaking industry.
Over 100,000 employees in just one of its factories.
100,000 employees in one factory. Y'all, how are we going to compete with that? 100,000 employees in one factory?
In Dongguan. What even surprised me is that it's own an independent brand called YY Sports. It's like a distributor for sports shoes like Nike and Adidas, same as like Foot Locker in America and JD Sports in England. Second, Huajian Group. It is one of the largest.
See, I don't think that was that big of a surprise. I think we all know that our running shoes and all of that stuff is definitely manufactured in China, right? CB says it's not Aloe. Aloe, yeah, Aloe is the really expensive athleisure / yoga brand. KO says I can buy stuff for work. They stopped making the sweaters for me and anyone under a size large. So I get stuff and make a paid out for items. Oh, well, see, they should be supplying that for you. Aries says, cough, OSHA. Yeah, I know, right? No, imagine how large the factory is if 100,000 people work there. Obviously, they're not there all the time, but if you're running 3 shifts, that's over 30,000 people a shift working simultaneously. This place, the sheer size of these factories is mind-blowing. Meech, what anger-inducing stuff are we talking about? Well, Meech, we need your opinion because we just found out that Lululemon is all manufactured in this shop in China, and they actually cost $6. and they're charging $118 for them. So now they want you to come to China and buy them from them directly and skip the middleman, because they think that we're getting ripped off by our companies in our country. Ari says, imagine the OSHA violations. I can't get 5 guys to do stuff right. Dude, right? Trying to get compliance in a factory with 100,000 employees? Get out of here. It's not even gonna happen. Meech says, F, I love Lululemon. Okay, well, you need to check out Luna Sourcing China on TikTok, because she is blowing it all out of the water, dude. And look at this. So here, the fancy shoes we were talking about, the dress shoes, you know, they're made in Italy and Germany and France, right?
Is the OEM manufacturer for leather shoes in China. On the other hand, Huajian mainly offer the OEM service towards those big brands like Gucci, Tory Burch, Coach, Calvin Klein, etc. Sounds crazy.
Huh. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy.
Right? Alright guys,
Yeah,
this is Luna.
that is
Follow me for
crazy.
more China sourcing.
Can you imagine going over there and buying Gucci stuff for like $10? You're like, oh, you want a new Coach bag? It's $6. Get you a Birkin bag for $30. CB, book our flights straight there. Meech, you missed it. The Chinese government is giving 10-day visas, shopping visas, to Americans now. And also, any orders that you place with Chinese manufacturers are automatically receiving a 13% cash back right off the top. So they really, really want us to start shopping direct from them instead of buying it from these big brands on a markup. Meech says, we'd be the Australian Crumble, but for Lulu. That's right, dude. Oh my gosh. Bring the Lululemon leggings over here and sell them for like $30. You bought them for $6, and they're in the store for $118, so people will still buy them like crazy. Oh my gosh, you could clean up. But people are already doing this. Do you understand? That's the whole point of this, is that these manufacturers, this is a targeted wave, okay? Everything in China is very calculated and controlled. And they are saying, contact us directly. Here's all the manufacturers. We're going to make them all make a TikTok. Nugget Man says, I like getting cash back. Hey, I like getting cash back too. Cash back is good. 13%. 13% is good. Either way, you're getting it. You know what I'm saying? So here, hold on a second. I didn't give this one a good enough title to remember what it was about.
Louis Vuitton and Chanel will hate me if I tell you this.
Okay. So this girl, she's walking around you notice it's a different girl? Anybody notice that? No? Okay. So anyways, so she is at a trade convention for cosmetics and stuff. And she is about to go around. Now, the brands are censored out, but she shows the logo on the screen as she's censoring it.
Revealing the secret behind big brand. Let's go. Heng Long from Singapore or
So there's our LV right there. There's Lambskin from France.
for their lambskin from France. Tannery Haas. Italian tannery. Fight.
Okay, so this is all of the suppliers for like the textile industry, basically.
Labri Tecna from Italy. Guess where I found all those secret supplies?
From Italy, yeah, you know, Fendi is made in Italy, right? All the, it's all from Italy.
All in ATIF Hong Kong. It's only the first day of this exhibition. There are still 2 more days to go. Don't miss this. Come over and check it out.
This was 3 weeks ago, whatever. A month ago, I guess. A month ago. This is happening right now. Here's Dior.
Wholesalers, it's 2024 and you still don't know who are the suppliers behind the...
Now, this is still Luna sourcing, okay? Different warehouse, different lady, different jacket. I'm confused.
Oh, their knitwears and cardigans are from Beyond Garments from Hangzhou. Beyond Garments is also the supplier behind many luxury brands from America and Europe, like Sandra, Maj, Versace. Second,
Sandro, hold on, what was those? Meech says, yes, the textiles are all from China.
Versace. Second,
Versace.
Europe, like Sandra,
I like that. Sandro,
Maj, Versace.
Sandro, Maj, and Versace. I like how she says that. That's nice, Versace. Okay, so Meech says, yes, the textiles are all from China. CB says, I was telling Drew how bad the quality from the LV bags being made at the warehouse in Texas are. Now, see, what they're saying is, Meech, to put it plainly, the factories that make the LV bags do the entire bag except the logo and the packaging and the tag, and they send it off, and they stamp, you know, made in Italy on there, and that's kind of what the scandal is, because a lot of people are upset now that they can order this stuff directly from the manufacturer, and they've been paying like a 20x, 30x markup over all these years. Meech says, this is funny because this just happened low-key with the jewelry industry a few years ago. Some people dropped all the vendors for huge designer jewelry houses. Oh, wow. Okay. See, that's really interesting to look into. I actually have a different jewelry topic I wanted to talk to you about that I had looked into for a different discussion. But so okay, hold on. Let me let her finish.
Second, most of the Dior's cosmetic products are actually produced by Taiho Group, which is also the supplier behind Lancome and Loewe.
Lancome, L'Oreal, all of it's made in China, which to me seems fine because it's pretty obvious everything is made in China, but don't they kind of say like, hey, you need to buy the name brand cosmetics because the knockoff products are inferior, they don't use the same ingredients, they use a different production process, and it's literally the same hands making the L'Oreal Paris versus the CVS brand. And it's like, it's not technically fraud, I guess, right? Because they're, you know, when they say it's made in France, they flew it to France and they did one thing, so they could say it was made in France. But I think when someone buys something, the general consumer doesn't think, well, it was made in China and flown to France and had the sticker and the box put on it. People are thinking it's made in Italy by an old Italian artisan, you know? And it's just it's a big misrepresentation. So what I did was, I was like, okay, do you guys, if for people who aren't familiar, the Birkin bag, okay? Really expensive bag that is sold by Hermes. It costs $38,000, and you can't just walk in and buy one either. We talked about that in a previous stream. You need to actually have a relationship built with a sales associate. You have to have spent a certain amount of money, and then when you're presented with the option to buy, you don't even get to pick what color the thing is that you're getting. You just have to say yes, say thank you for the opportunity, and spend $40,000 on a purse. CB says, just like most organic food is BS too. Organic, yeah, okay. Yeah, oh man. Yeah, we could do a whole thing about food labels. Oh my gosh. Like eggs. The things they put on eggs, just full of lies. KO says, because I like this hemp lotion, I get it from Mark's. It's $2.99. And at the Big Bird, it's $16.99. For the same thing? Come on, man. That's a wild markup. That's a wild markup. 5 times more expensive just to get it at at the big grocery store is crazy. That's why I started going to Aldi, because it's not even worth it anymore. But okay, so here this guy is going to break down how much it actually costs to make a Birkin, because that's what he does for a living. Meech says it's eggs. That's right, eggs. I forgot the eggs.
This Birkin bag at Hermes Boutique will cost...
Okay, sorry. I gotta turn him up a little bit here.
This Birkin bag at Hermes Boutique will cost you 38,000 USD. But what is the real...
$38,000. We also talked about this in the stream where Walmart had a knockoff Birkin bag that people were calling the Workin, the Walmart Birkin, and it was like 30 bucks.
Real cost out of the factory. Today, I'm going to break it down in front of you, step by step. First thing first, Hermes only use the leathers from the 3 top...
Oh, CB says, I spent the entire cruise the other week trying to convince my sister-in-law to buy a used Birkin they had for sale on the cruise. A used Birkin they had for sale? Oh my gosh. Oh, she didn't buy it? Wow. See, that's disappointing. But for a used one, like, was it in good shape? Like, you don't have to tell us how much it was, but was it like a fair price versus the new price for said item? Like, as a percentage, like, is it around like 50-60% of the original value, or was it like really crazy? Nugget says, have you ever cruised out of Galveston? I guess that's a thing. You can cruise out of Galveston? No thing. Meech says, I missed the beginning, but was all this verified that it's the authentic designers and not the knockoffs that those girls on TikTok pretended to have on their Christmas haul? Yes, because it's the actual suppliers that are... I'll play some more of it, but these people who are talking are actual manufacturers in China, and they're revealing what companies they do work for. CB says it was used and it cost more than the new one? No. Okay. Because you can't just walk into a store and buy a new one, but it was in great shape. Okay, well, I mean, I guess if it's in good shape, but still, man, oof. I don't know. I don't know if I could do it. It's pre-loved, a pre-loved Birkin. It'd have to be in really good shape, I guess. And maybe when you're having that cruise vibe, you just kind of go with it. CB says, I don't cruise out of Galveston because I have like 5 cruise ports that I can drive to. CB lives in South Florida, so yeah. Definitely no shortage of cruise ports there. Okay, so I'll back it up a little bit. So this man is going to break down the actual cost. This is not satire. The actual cost of each piece of a real Birkin bag, okay?
Step by step. First thing first, Hermes only use the leathers from the 3 top-level suppliers. One is called Muti from Italy. And the second is Weinheim from Germany. And the third is Haas from France.
Okay, so the leather is from Germany, France, or Italy.
One piece of Togo leather, the same leather as this one, will cost 450 USD. And
okay, so one piece of leather is 450 bucks.
One piece of the leather is only enough to make one Birkin, okay?
Okay, so 450 bucks to make one Birkin. Now, see, I thought this was about to be like, we make the Birkin for 40 bucks, but they don't. It's actually, it does have very fine materials, and they pay the artisans who make them a fair amount. So here we go.
The thread. And of course, for Hermes Birkin, the thread is also the best top level. It's called Fil al Chinois from France. This is actually the Rolls Royce in thread. For each
the Rolls Royce of thread, guys.
Back, the cost is 25 USD. And then the hardware. See, this hardware is called 316 hardware. It's also known as the ocean stainless steel because it can withstand the erosion of seawater. It's the best stainless steel.
Now, it has to withstand the erosion of seawater for fans like CB who live in the salty seas, and they need a purse that can stand up to that kind of abuse.
For one piece of bag, the hardware will cost 150 USD.
No kidding. The hardware's 150. Okay.
Edge oil. This edge oil is imported from Italy. It's called heat sealed edge oil. For each bag, it will cost 50 USD. The interior
Meech, I don't even know what edge oil is. Can you tell us what edge oil is?
lining. It used lambskin imported from France. For each bag, the cost will be 100 USD. And also inside, there is a zipper from Riri brand. And the zipper for one bag is 10 USD. And then the cost.
Okay, the zipper's only $10. This is the cost of these items is already surprising me. Now remember, this is just the material cost for each of these things. CB says, hell yeah, my Birkin would need to withstand plenty of ocean water. Yeah, that's right.
Cost of human resource. The French
Gotta get the ocean stainless steel, man.
artisans is much more expensive than Chinese artisans. To finish one bag, the human resource cost will be 600 USD.
Okay, so each bag, Aries says, oh, you know what edge oil is, pause. Meech says, edge oil is the oil you put on the exposed cut part of the leather. It seals it. Okay, I like Aries' answer too. Okay, but that makes sense though that you would want to have a high quality oil because that like little piece on the top is showing, you know, it's like very visible on the bag, especially when you open it up, it's like right there. So that makes sense. But $600 they pay the person for each bag they make. Okay, so 600 American is what they get paid. Oops.
Package. Now this is not that expensive, it's 10 USD. So now to sum those up, the total cost will be
1,400 bucks, guys. Out the door. 1,400 for the labor and materials on a $38,000 Hermes Birkin bag. Whew. Mish says Aries' answer was much better. Aries says I also charge $50 USD for edge oil.
400 USD for one Birkin out of factory. But why Hermes will charge you 38,000 USD for one bag? That's because
While homie recorded this video, old girl in the background made $600, okay? Like, this is not a sweatshop operation. These people make good money. They all own houses. It's crazy. Scarf Mommy says, I've been going about this all wrong. I edge for free. I edge people for free. Will says, that sounds premium. I'd be giving it away for free, too. Oh, my God.
more than 90% of the price is paid for its logo. But if you do not care about the logo, you just want the same quality, same material.
Yeah, keep in mind, the Hermes logo's not on there because they put that on in France.
Just buy from us, because for our bags we use exactly the same material, same leather, same hardware, same edge oil. The only difference is one, we don't have the logo, so we don't have to pay so much amount of money just for that logo. And second, our human resource is much cheaper. This is why this bag from our factory only costs you 1,000 USD, but even better quality and craftsmanship.
You guys, we need to start selling fake Birkins. What are we doing? Like, we're missing out on money right now. Like, we need to make this website immediately. Meech, we're going into business. Becky says, I mean, aren't Nikes made for pennies and we pay how much for them? Exactly. And that's the point, is what are we paying the hundreds of dollars for besides the name? because you can get those shoes from that manufacturer. They don't have the Nike swoosh on the side, but they're just as nice, made by just the same people with the same material. But really, is it about that? Is it about the comfort of the shoe? Is it about how well it performs? Or is it about the label and the look? Like, would you carry the Hermes bag if it didn't have the Hermes logo on it? Because I don't think it carries the same cachet, you know? That's why we're doing this, right? To show off. It's like, it's a peacocking thing. It's really to show other women. And if it doesn't have the logo on there, how will you show out? CB says every luxury brand is going to have a major markup. It's just how it is. Oh, for sure. But I feel like $1,000 to $38,000 is a lot. That's an intense markup. CB says for a lot of people, it is for sure about the branding. A lot of what I saw when I was watching the reactions to this stuff coming out is that wealthier people tend to have the fake stuff to carry around as like their beater purse or whatever, because they don't have to care about it. You know, if like the server spills a drink on your purse you bought for $40, like who cares? So it's kind of I can see having some off-brand stuff just so you don't have to worry about it. Meech says, "Sign me up, Drew." Yeah, that's right. It's got cachet, baby. The purse is meant to carry things, Ari says. That purse looks like the first boss in some game. I know, right? When it's all unbuckled, it does look kind of strange with the little flaps on there. CB says, I need that damn cachet, boo-boo. Okay, see? That's okay. If we're gonna admit what it is, and you're fine with that, then I'm fine with that. What I'm not fine with is people being misled. And I feel like a lot of customers are being misled. Nancy says, does it have a slot for my iTouch? It probably does. Do I have an iTouch sound effects? No.
Yo, 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 yo.
Okay. So here's this girl. She's a lot of people had the same kind of idea she did.
我们一生注定是沧桑，不知来要笑着走过呀。
Meech says, have you ever walked into an Hermes or Prada or Gucci store? Absolutely not. The markup has to be intense to be able to pay for all those insane build-outs, merchandising towers, furniture, packaging, free booze, etc. I get that, but also I feel like this is a process that they've created. The whole like personal shoppers and being on different levels, and oh, you've only spent this much, so I can only show you this and this. I can't take you. I'm going to take you to a separate room because you've spent X amount of dollars with me before. None of that stuff needs to exist. You know, we can just sell things. Like these you can. There's a girl on here, okay? She orders her own purse from the factory that makes the Birkin bags, and she picked everything, the hardware, the handles, the latches. She picked all of her stuff, the color. She had a custom bag made for her, and it was $600. She waited 6 weeks for it, I think, but $600. She had a custom purse made in the same factory that makes the Birkin bag. That's crazy to me. So if you don't care about the brand, then you know, have at it, because the opportunities are endless right now. And it doesn't have to be purses. If it's makeup, athleisure wear, whatever your thing is, Dior, cardigans, whatever you want, you can get it for nothing. And when you're wearing a sweater, no one can see the tag on it, right? So if it's good craftsmanship and it's good material and it looks the same, then hey, who cares, right? Becky says, no, I've never been in any of those stores. I'm with you, Becky. I feel like if I went to the Gucci store, they'd call the police. Look at me. Okay? Not a lot of people in the Prada look like this, okay? I know where I'm not wanted. Oh, did I miss a joke? Will says the Jerkin Birkin was top-notch, Nance. I missed that one. You guys are talking a lot. I'm trying to keep up. Okay. Meech says, I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying to make their business viable, the margins must be huge. Oh, without a doubt. And also considering the places that they operate. Like, you're not having a Gucci and a Prada store in just any part of town. It's going to be the most lucrative real estate, the most expensive shop they could possibly rent in the hottest area of town, right? Because they want to put that image out there. And so, yeah, you're right. Part of the cost is just the maintenance of that image and the process and the whole thing. And I think when people pay a lot of money for a bag, they're paying for that treatment and the process and the experience. You know, going into a store, being made to feel special. You get a drink, you have your personal shopper, maybe your friend is with you, you're looking at the purses, it's so exciting, you saved up for so long to get this cool thing, and now you're buying the cool thing. Totally get that 100%, dude. Like, I'm with you. But I also get where people who maybe spent a little bit outside of their means to get some of these luxury items now feel burned by the brand, because they're like, man, I could have bought the knockoff that my cousin got for $30 and I got the real thing for $2,200 and it's the same. KO says Lux brands make it look and feel that way. Yeah, exactly, man. That's their whole thing, is the experience. Nugget says, I can't get past the security to get in those stores, even head to toe in my TB outfit. Yeah, man, what they don't let you in with the Tommy Bahama? They know you're the man with the money, you know? They see that Bahama, they're like, okay, hold on. Come on in, sir. We got something for you. Maybe you need a gift for your wife. KO says, eBay life lists and go. Last year's season and electronics are so cheap. Yeah. Yep. eBay is great for getting stuff. And you can get stuff that's imported by other people from China already, so you don't have to worry about the importing and all of that stuff. Yeah, CB says when people are buying luxury, they want the whole experience as part of what they're paying for. Absolutely. There's back market phones? No kidding. My old man has been in the Gucci and the LV. You will be fine, Drew. Okay. Well, see, but he had you to escort him and tell him how to act. I need somebody to tell me how to act. Meech says, I'll take you in Prada and we can drink all their booze and leave. Hey, that's what I like. Give me a bottle of champagne and we will sit there and look at wallets and then leave in a huff. That's right. Extras meet up at the Gucci store. Meech takes the boys out for a walk to look at purses. Yes, I'm down. Let's do it. Looking is free, Meech says. Exactly, KO. Looking is free. Yeah, for sure, dude. You know? Why not? That's what these windows are for. But see, you're not even seeing all of it, right, Meech? Isn't there there's the front lobby for anyone to see, and then there's the back store where only certain people can see, and they bring you the items. I don't know how it all works, but I remember when we saw the lady talking about how all of the stuff she went through trying to get the Mini Kelly. It's just crazy. But yeah, so I'm gonna get a Mini Kelly stash. I'm just gonna order a pallet of mini Kellys since they're $12, and then I'll sell the knockoffs for 50 instead of 5,000 or however much they cost, and then everyone's happy. You know what I'm saying? Here, listen to this guy.
So I'm here gonna just hop on this Chinese manufactured TikTok trend. The price they're giving out is pretty accurate. I mean, a lot of stuff is really cheap. Thinking about that, like Walmart, Costco, those t-shirts you're getting, you spend $20, most likely made in China, about $1 or maybe 50 cents. So whenever you go to China, travel, all that kind of stuff, you don't even need to bring suitcases. You don't need to bring any check-in cases. You just go there and buy whatever you need and put them in a package box. As long as you not go over 50 pounds, you'll be fine. Just declare that as a personal use. You can get the makeups, t-shirts, bags, all that kind of stuff. Just personal use. That's fine.
So he's telling us how. Now I'll leave out his little political zingers at the end. If you want to hear those, you can go to his page, Grumpy Chinese Guy on TikTok. He's kind of funny, but yeah, exactly. You don't even need to bring the suitcases. You just bring a box, and you're good to go. Becky says Penny's has good clearance. Tommy Bahama is now the new JC Penney, says Nugget Man. Okay. CB says, I tried to tell Nugs Tommy Bahama is for the men over 70. Yeah, okay. Meech says, yeah, some stores are set up differently, but a lot of them will have a front lobby and then a showroom and then private rooms. Okay, so they'll have the main showroom and then private rooms, and then you just get brought in things in the private room, so no one's seeing the full stash. That's what I want to see. I want to see the stash, with all the purses. I want to see what they got. Nugget says the whole store JCPenney is on clearance. So no more Tommy Bahama. What now? I like the penguin clothes, but not the logo. Meech says that dude's talking the real deal. We just take 2 empty suitcases on our 10-day visa, CB. Yeah. And you don't even have to put it in the suitcases. You can just ship stuff back too. They'll help you with it. They'll help you set it up. It's wild. CB says, get your shirts from Dixon, Nugget Man. Okay, Dixon is a good place. The stash? What stash? Did I miss a stash? Okay, hold on. Here's a little clip from a documentary channel on Nugget Man. That's funny. CB says 2. We're taking 4 each, dude. For real, at least 4 minimum. 4 whole suitcases.
Behind every luxury label is a story, but this time it's not coming from Paris or Milan. It's coming from the factory floor in China, and it changes everything. For decades, luxury fashion sold us a dream. Italian leather, Parisian runways, and made in France labels. But behind the scenes, much of it was made in China, and now the people behind the curtain are pulling it back.
Yeah. This is pretty mind-blowing, because what a lot of people had only theorized for a long time and had been hushed down about it is now fully out in the open.
Recently, Chinese manufacturers have begun identifying themselves as the real creators of luxury goods. In viral videos on social media, factory owners reveal the truth. They've been making bags, shoes, and clothes for the world's biggest brands for years, silently. But here's the twist. Many of these products are made in China, then quietly shipped to Italy, France, or Spain for one.
Oh, Will says you wanted to see the stash. I was saying stashay, like cachet. That's right. Give me the stashay, dude. Give me the... I want to see a pile of Hermes bags that cost more than all the houses in my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
Step. Either attaching a logo, adding a label, or boxing the item. That simple detour legally earns them a Made in Italy tag and justifies a markup of...
Look at that, $7,100. There's the whole operation laid out plain right there.
Thousands of dollars. And now that the veil is lifting, these same factories are asking a provocative question. Why not just buy it from
Look at
us
the
direct?
shoes.
Manufacturers are now wanting
Yes.
to completely cut out the middlemen. With the rise of live stream shopping, e-commerce platforms like Alibaba and TikTok Shop, they're speaking directly to you, the consumer, and their offer the same quality for a fraction of the price.
The same thing. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so that is coming, guys. And now you can just buy it straight from them. Yeah, I like that, Will. I like the stashay, because when you have a stash, but it's a fancy stash, you know, you got to put your pinky up when you talk about it. The stashay. I like. I'm working on a stashay myself. You know, you gotta get good to bring the elegance back. You feel me? CV says, my old man has the stashay, I got the cachet. There you go. Meech says, damn, I feel so duped. Dude, I get that. And that's why I said this might be frustrating to hear, because it's... Man, so much money has been spent by Americans on these goods, and it was all a lie. It was all just a straight up lie.
Which Chinese factory supply for Louis Vuitton? Let me tell you the secret. Louis Vuitton has many Chinese suppliers, but they just don't admit it.
Now, aside from the information this guy's about to deliver, just looking at this seems very high production, well manufactured, well timed. All these videos are blowing up on TikTok all at the same time. I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist here. I'm just saying we might be seeing a coordinated message coming out of China. And they are saying loud and clear to consumers that we can go right to them to buy this stuff, and we don't have to pay the markup anymore. CB says, I just got effed by the IRS this morning, and now I'm getting effed by Gucci, LV, and Lululemon this evening. Right? Dude, oh. Okay, so here he goes. Here's the Louis Vuitton dirt. 50% of Louis Vuitton bags come from these two places.
Louis Vuitton bags are from these two places. Number 1, Guangzhou City. Number 2, Dongguan City. 90% of Louis Vuitton silk is from...
Earlier, when I was talking about the city that has everything you need for textiles, that's Guangzhou, okay? That first city that he mentioned, that is a good majority of the textiles that exist in the world are produced there.
万士利 in Hangzhou City. I have a friend who is a manager in the factories of the Louis Vuitton, and he told me the similar quality only needs $50. That's crazy, right? For
a $50 Louis Vuitton purse. And they want us to buy them directly from them. How much does a Louis Vuitton purse cost, Meech? $5 grand, $6 grand? Some of them? To be able to pay... Oh, it's getting dark. To be able to pay that low of an amount for the same product is... It feels like a crime happened, and I don't know who the criminal is. Is it the factory who has kept the secret for this long and also makes a knockoff of the thing that they didn't design? Or is it the American manufacturer who purportedly designed a thing and purportedly makes it in Europe, but it actually makes it in China and marks it up by 50 times? There's crimes. There's crimes happening. I don't know who the criminal is, though. What do you guys think? Who's worse? Is it the manufacturer knocking off the stuff that they didn't invent? And maybe possibly using someone else's intellectual property? Or is it the original brand for deceiving everyone? Meech says, do I need to sell all my designer stuff now before my Chanel is worth only 2 Baconators? Dude, honestly, I feel like that might be a good move. Just because, obviously don't say like what you have. But if you have a bag that's worth a good amount of money, at this point, it would probably be safest financially to sell it for as much as you can get for it. Because if everything is fine, you could always replace it later. But if not, and the value plummets, you got out while yours was still worth the inflated price. So, I mean, this is not financial advice. I'm just saying. That's my thoughts on the matter. Will says, I'll give you 3 Baconators and 2 Junior Bacons. Final offer. That's a good offer. CB says, I think you can tell by the serial number where your Louis was made, right, Meech? Okay. See, that's interesting. So you can figure out. So they probably have like lower end bags and maybe higher end bags, and maybe like the lower, since they're saying 50%, maybe the more economical, cost efficient line of the Louis Vuitton is made in China, and then the other ones are made in Italy. I don't know. KO says, sell what you don't like. The Baconator apocalypse is coming. Dude, right? What if Wendy's closes? We're all doing business in Baconators. Whew. We're gonna be in trouble. So this lady I really love, and this kind of now she's gonna give you shocking information as well, but also I want you to look through it, just like with this one. A little bit of inside baseball here. Now look at this guy's face. He is being professionally lit. Not like me right now, where I look orange and red, because I just have a lamp in front of me and another small filming light over here. But see, this guy has professional studio lighting. He's wearing makeup. A nice camera was used for this. This was clearly set up. They put, you know what I mean? Like this, it's a little too polished. This wasn't just like a guy walking through his job with his cell phone in his hand. You know what I'm saying? KO says, also, I like you think. EHA. Oh, Will says, now I want a Baconator. I retract my offer. See, the market forces work quickly. The Baconators are already dropping off of the offer. This is very, very, very fast-moving markets right now. KO says eggs have gone up. Are there eggs on a Baconator? I don't know. Okay, so here is Helen Business in China.
I will tell you 30 luxury brands. Some of their products are made in China. Ralph Lauren, Armani, Nike, Dior, Lululemon, Apple, Michael Kors, Coach, Calvin Klein, Prada.
Now, if you were actually talking to someone, would you talk like this? I don't think she's talking to anybody. I think she's just looking. I think she's just pretending to be on a podcast, and she's not. She's in the room by herself. KO says chicken tenders went up. The chicken market is fed.
That Lane, Swarovski, Adidas, the North Face, Remova,
man, not
Levi's.
Swarovski. Adidas, Levi's, man, they're coming for everybody. Will says there should be eggs on a Baconator. That sounds good. See, Red Robin had a sandwich like that. I think it was called the Royal Red Robin Burger or something, and it had like an over easy egg on it. Oh, delicious.
Burberry, Versace, Chanel, Cartier, Ferragamo, Timberland, Yves Saint Laurent, Victoria's Secret, Puma, Uniqlo, Disney, Max Mara, Givenchy. The producing cost is on.
You know, when you talk to your friends, you just list stuff in their face and interrupt them and don't let them talk at all, and then you cut out all of the moments of silence. This seems like targeted to me. I'm just saying. There's a reason this is circulating right now. Will says yes. Royal burgers are fire. Yeah. See, they closed the Red Robin. It was in town, so it's. I don't think we have any more in the radius anymore. Steak and Shake had it too. Okay. See, you can. CB says, anytime I make burgers, I always throw an over easy egg on the top. Dude, it brings it to the next level. And you don't need mayonnaise when you have that on there, because it's like the sauce, you know? So really it's healthier. And if you want to dispute that, then no. Bacon and egg on a burger, epitome of health food. This is you know, like a 30-calorie meal we're talking about. This is diet food. Becky says, just had burgers on the grill for dinner. Well, that's good timing. CB says they had a Johnny Rockets on the cruise. Dude, oh, I miss Johnny Rockets, man. We used to have one of those in the town I grew up, and we used to always go there. Oh, man, they had good milkshakes, the little jukebox with the 50s songs on it. That's a fun place. So here's another supplier really just blatantly hard selling the manufacturing.
Just 1 minute, I will make your profits double. How do you find best cosmetics suppliers in China? Go to Shanghai, Suzhou, and Guangzhou. Do not waste your time checking anywhere else. It produces 50% of.
Are you guys getting like an uncanny valley kind of thing from this? Like, I don't know, I'm kind of scared of this lady.
Of luxury cosmetics in the world. Dior, Chanel, L'Oreal, and Lancome all produce here. You usually pay $100 for a luxury cosmetics, right? But here,
yeah, all luxury cosmetic, $100.
Here, the similar one just costs you $5.
$5. So you could get 20 of them for the same price.
Profit. Follow Helen.
What a big profit. Yeah, see, so this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to tell Americans, forget the drop shipping. You need to just order the stuff direct from us, send it to your house, and then you can sell them for whatever you want. This is going to blow up. So you guys need to be careful when you're out there looking at purses, looking at things online. Remember that this is happening. Makeup, clothing, everything's in play right now. So there is a reaction channel that is called hold on a second. There's a reaction channel called Slashed by Sandy, and she has pulled together a few reactions of people hearing this news from TikTok, and I thought she had a couple of really good ones so we can hear kind of the consumer's reaction to this information becoming public. CB says, I can't wait to flex that 10-day visa. No sleep, just shopping and food. hey, dude, get it. You know, why not? They really want us to come there right now, and they want to sell us goods that are deeply discounted from what we normally pay. And I think everybody needs that right now. So I think they're going to get a lot of takers. And people might be there already. I don't know. People might be lined up in Guangzhou as we speak. So listen to her intro here.
Chinese manufacturers woke up and chose total violence today, and I've never supported anything more.
Have y'all seen the TikToks that China is putting out about all the secrets on how luxury items are made?
Hello from China. Let me show you the United States products in my home. Nothing. Do you have something from China in your home?
I thought that video was so... I mean, it's cheesy. Dougie ruined it, but this video was so powerful. He said, hey, let me show you all the goods I have from the United States in my home. Nothing. How much do you have in your house from China? Like, what a point, dude. Like, they got us.
No middleman, no commission.
The Chinese manufacturers just hit them folks with the Uno reverse. Guys,
CB says, wait, Meech, can you actually locate your passport and birth certificate, or are you in the JLR boat and we are host? Yeah, birth certificate and passport just completely lost. Don't know where the ID is. Nope, we can only drive in Arizona. So who needs any of those documents? Scarf Mommy says, China! Okay, so, hold on a second. The first one I wanted to show you was this girl. Where is she? This girl gets really excited. She is so wound up. Like, her mind is just absolutely blown, so I want to watch her. Now, oh my gosh, man. Check out Slashed by Sandy. I will leave her channel link in the description.
The names on it, y'all, if you have not seen the TikToks that China is putting out about the things that are being manufactured in China and brought over to the United States of America, you should go and check it out. You should go and check it out. Trump, you should have left them alone. You should have left them the fuck alone.
Oh boy.
This is the fuck around and find out stage.
Okay, we're cursing in this one. All right.
And they are spilling all the beans. Oh my God.
I love her so much. I love that energy, man.
Chanel handbags. Chanel handbags.
Chanel handbags.
Cosmetics. Skims.
Not Skims.
Y'all are done.
Kardashian.
Done.
Oh no. Kardashians have been had.
They are bad news, but they will be taking this app away from us. Why you say that? That Chinese man came on.
Now, I thought that this was a really good point that she is making here, because she is worried that they're going to take TikTok away.
Here and said, these are all the things I have in my house from America. Now, what do you have in your house from China? He ate with that. He ate us up with that.
Absolutely,
and another man came on here and said, what y'all need to do is start a revolution.
Moment,
he said, they shipped all y'all jobs over to China for cheap labor. And he said, did we make money off of it? Yeah, we sure did. But you know what we did with the money? We actually helped our people. We actually built infrastructure. We actually made housing affordable. We gave them health care. And what did y'all get? Nothing.
Well, you got a Gucci thing, you know, pants or whatever, Louis Vuitton purse. CB says yes, TikTok will be gone, dude, for real, because they find out that the Chinese manufacturers are using it to get around doing business with the U.S. companies and going straight to the consumer. And consumers might like doing business with China directly better than they like doing business with the people that they're already buying from, like Walmart and Amazon. So, you know, this could be a real thing.
They've been on here eating us up. That man also said the American government is doing that to y'all because y'all allow it.
Shots fired, y'all.
When
the girlies are pissed, okay? And then the other one I wanted to show you was... Where is it? Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is kind of... This is the other side. And what a lot of people will tell you about China is that all of the manufacturing is like Shein. And they are desperately trying to shake that image.
More than a dozen workers told us they labour 75 hours a week in contravention of Chinese labour laws. Most have only one day off a month. And
now, these are illegal operations. This is against the law to work people like this in China. There are labor laws in China.
By the door, the end product, ready to be shipped to
See the Shein bags? You have a Shein bag in your house?
Europe, the UK, or the US.
Spending the day here, it's clear that Shein's meteoric rise has had a positive effect on the local economy, but it's also come with increased scrutiny. There have been allegations of forced labour. They themselves have found incidents of child labour, and there are accusations that their staff are overworked and underpaid.
We found that a 75-hour week is not unusual for many companies in this.
A 75-hour week is crazy, y'all. That's wild. And like I was saying, a lot of people live in dormitories at the factory they work at.
Industrial heartland.
I am proud that our textile industry is providing the world with cheap and good quality goods. As a Chinese person, this is the contribution I should make.
In a statement, Shein said it is committed to ensuring the fair and...
I mean, what an amazing attitude from a person who works in such harsh conditions. Like, imagine having that kind of conviction still, and that kind of pride in your company, even after how hard they're forced to work. It's amazing to me. CB says we F with luxury brands, Drew. We don't F with Shein. I know you don't. But people do. People are going to Shein because they're making a lot of money.
Dignified treatment of all workers within its supply chain.
What they're showing there is how it's late at night and the factory is still running.
And it's investing tens of millions of dollars in strengthening governance and compliance.
This trade war is bad, but this is hilarious.
It is not hilarious. It's not hilarious. I disagree with you, sir. But I thought that part was interesting about to see the other side of it, because I said I was going to cover both sides. And there's certainly the argument to be made that there's labor issues, there's a trade imbalance, there's potentially dubious sourcing of goods and treatment of employees going on in China, but that happens here too. And China really does have an infrastructure for manufacturing that is second to none in the world. They really have us cornered in the advanced manufacturing, and that's a lot. You know, this whole tariff thing is designed to bring the manufacturing jobs back to the United States. But as you saw in a lot of these, These are highly skilled jobs. These people aren't just like pushing a button. So it's wild. And I definitely feel for the people who have invested thousands of dollars in luxury goods only to find out they could have bought the knockoff on DHgate and got the same exact thing. And obviously you can argue that they're not going to be made the same. It's not going to be as good. But I mean, made in the same place with the same materials literally just doesn't have the logo on it. So I guess we have to ask ourselves, do we want the item or do we want the logo? Like, do we need this item for its function, for its durability, for its functionality and maybe fashion sense, like what it looks like, I guess? Or do we want the thing for other people to see us with the thing? You know? Is it worth it to have the Hermes bag if no one ever sees you carrying it? Or if it doesn't say Hermes on the side, no one would ever know you spent $38,000 on your purse? To me, that's crazy to spend that amount of money on a thing. But if you save your money and you invest in a quality piece that you want to have for years and years, I get that. Treat yourself, you know? But the level of quality that we're being sold, it doesn't devalue those things that you've paid a lot of money for. But now to find out that you can get that same quality for a fraction of the price is a gut punch. And I think a lot of customers are going to be real bitter about it. So that is about all I have for you tonight, guys. But thank you for joining me. And thank you for everyone chatting tonight. We had a lot of people chatting. We had 24 views tonight. That's a lot of views. More than usual. So this must have been a good topic. I appreciate y'all schooling me on the ins and outs of purse culture. But if you missed the live and you're still watching this, thank you so much. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think about this topic. Are you going to buy from these brands still? Are we still going to support these people? Like, should I go and buy a Louis Vuitton wallet for $600, or should I go and buy one for $20 on Canal Street? You know, I was watching these Canal Street hauls when those went viral like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and man, like, what are we talking about here? And if y'all didn't see that, Google the Canal Street hauls, because there's some crazy stuff. KO says, that's half off if you don't count sleep. 1 day off a month. Yeah, dude, they definitely work hard there. No doubt about it. Becky says, good night, folks. Stay safe. You too, Becky. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. CB says, the people want the Lux Brands info, Drewski. The Lux Brands info. Yeah. CB says, I will be continuing to buy plenty of Lululemon. Yeah, I see, you know, but if it's good, it's good. And if you're fine with it, then I'm fine with it too. You know, get the thing you like. I'm always going to be behind that. I just feel like we're being misled and we didn't get the full story when we purchased some of these things, and that's not fair. Especially given the cost. Scarf Mommy says, have a good night, everyone. Will says, good night, fellas. You guys have a great night. You too, KO. Yes, Canal Street Meech. Yes, absolutely. Look up some Canal Street hauls, dude. That's how you really save that money. KO says, I still know I will not buy, but I don't care what people buy. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm in support of whatever people want to get, but it's not me. That's okay. But yeah, hey, thank you guys for being here. smack that like button for me, and I will see you on Friday for the next one. Peace.